Hi everyone, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian, and I'm broadcasting to you from beautiful Budapest. Hi Kyber, good to see you in class. I'm doing great. Thank you. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Friday. Today we're looking at IELTS Task 1 in the writing section of General IELTS for letter writing, and I'm going to talk about how to get a band 9 and give you an example. So we're going to do a working example for a band 9. Our materials, as usual, do come from our websites and these strategies. So check us out at gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. And for academic IELTS, visit us at aehelp.com, where the writing and reading sections are different, and there's different instructions for those as they are unique to the academic. Hi, SpongeBob on LSD. Interesting name. All right. So if you want to practice speaking, writing, you can do that on our websites. Just real quickly, let's take a peek at those. Our websites look like this. This is our general IELTS web portal. Click that big red button to join it. You can log into your My Student account, get over 100 hours of video lessons, 6 original exams, a fully interactive course, and you have the same or similar here at aehelp.com with this blue background. Click that big red button to join it. All right, students. So, questions, comments, concerns about IELTS, our product, send me an email. Adrian, Adrian, at gieltshelp.com. Don't be shy. Okay, send me an email. I will respond. Kyber, getting ready for that first day of school, are you? That's great. Getting back into it. Hi, Maninderjeet. Good to see you on this channel. Alrighty, students. So today, task 1. Tomorrow, task 2. These classes are 13:30 to 14:30 Central European Time. And now, here is our writing task 1 question. Hi, Aigul. Good to see some more members on this channel as well. Hi, Marina. Good to see you in this class. Okay, students. So writing task 1, when you get to the writing section of General IELTS, you will notice there are 2 tasks. The first task is a letter that you need to write. Quick question, students. What style of writing is a letter? So there are 4 styles of writing: persuasive, expository, descriptive, narrative. All writing in the humanly known universe falls into one of these 4 groups or categories. Letter writing. What type of writing is that, students? What type of writing is that before we look at this question here? It's good to know this because you can research it. You can Google it, and you can find out lots of information on what is necessary for this style of writing. Okay? Jafar, I'm still here giving that great advice, so I'm happy that you're here with us again. All right, if you're thinking about it, hopefully you're realizing that writing a letter is narrative writing. A narrative is when you're telling a story. Think of a narrator. The narrator tells the story. Okay, so it's a narrative. Thank you, Maninderjeet, for that. So it's unique, okay? Task 1 in the academic IELTS, for those students who are academic, task 1 is expository. Very different writing styles. Don't confuse them. Okay, so general IELTS task 1 is a narrative. Okay, it's narrative style. Style of writing. Which commonly is called storytelling. Okay. So you tell a story. That story can be formal, can be informal. It can be, in this case, it's a letter. In other cases, it could be a fairy tale, like what you read to children at nighttime. Okay. So if you're not familiar with this, if you're like, oh, Adrian, I didn't really learn about this, just out of curiosity, students, I'm always curious about this because different parts of the world have different education systems, and I'm always curious who is learning what in what parts of the world. So, just a quick question to everybody who's watching right now. Did you learn about these 4 writing styles in your primary schooling? So, narrative, expository, persuasive, and descriptive. Did you learn about those? And if you did, or if you didn't, can you also include which country? I'm just curious about which countries may and may not teach the 4 styles of writing or approach writing from this perspective. So let me know if you learned that in your grade 1 to 12 education. Okay, so Aigul says no, Pachu says no. Maninderjeet says yes. Marina, are you Russian? Okay, just include the country as well, because I'm curious. Kyber says only focusing on narrative really in Afghanistan. Okay. Patricio says I did. Okay, so there seems to be a mix. All right, there seems to be a mix. And I'm sure there's differences from school to school and also from teacher to teacher. So don't worry, I'm not going to stereotype or generalize. I won't say that everybody in Russia has learned it or not, Marina, but it gives me an idea. So I'm curious, okay? All right, good. So keep that in mind, that it's narrative. What makes narrative writing good? So this question is the same for how do you get a band 8 or a band 9, okay? So you can Google narrative writing. And here's a question, and since some of you are saying that you learned it, you should have some good answers here. So what makes narrative writing good? Think about stories. Think about books that you read. What makes books enjoyable? Maybe some of you have read, for example, Harry Potter. What makes that book so popular, right? So a good question to ask is what makes for good narrative writing? The answer here will also be what makes for a high band task 1 in the IELTS. Okay. Pachu says characters. You got to have characters. You got to have actors. You have to have people love people. We're social. Pachu, you're absolutely right. Okay. So yeah, so maybe when you're writing your task 1 letter, you're going to think about, hey, maybe I should include some characters into my letter to make it a better read, okay? Marina says a plot. Very good, Marina. Yes, a plot. Patricio says good descriptions. Very good. So you did learn narrative writing and you remembered it. Great. That's how you make your task 1 letter fantastic as well, is the same concept, a plot, which is a structured story with a beginning, middle, and end. I'm not going to get into too many technicalities about climax, anticlimax, and so on, but yes, you're right, okay? Good grammar, Kyber. Actually, Kyber, good grammar is not that important. It's important, okay, but it's not as important as the overall story, as the overall coherence and cohesion of the information. So Patricio says good descriptions. Okay, let's take that one a little bit further. So what does it mean, good descriptions? How do you create good descriptions? Okay, so these are some fantastic answers. So you need some characters, you need a plot, and then you need good descriptions. You might want to get you might do a happy ending as well, for sure, Pachu, that's possible. So what makes for good description? Okay, what makes for good description? How can I describe? So this is, okay, so Patricio says visual descriptions. Yeah, so people, we use our eyes mostly to see the world around us. So we need to use visual information. Right. Patricio, there is a more technical way. It's called sensory information. So visual, auditory, touch or tactile. Tactile is touch, students. So tactile is the higher kind of vocabulary for touch. Okay. So tactile, smell, and taste. Yeah, so that's called sensory information. So you want to include sensory information. If you're thinking about grammar, what kind of grammar can increase the descriptive quality of the information? So what kind of grammar can increase the descriptive quality? Marina, good. So Marina says use lots of adjectives. Kyber says use a variety of tenses as well. Absolutely. Yeah. So use adjectives, adverbs, adjective, and adverb clauses. Absolutely. So that makes for good description. So you want to pay attention to that. And students, absolutely, when you're doing this, so you're taking these steps, you're including this kind of information, your IELTS band score for your letter will go up, up, and up. SpongeBob says use some compound sentences. Yep. So compound and complex sentence use helps description as well. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. And using, so if I say that every morning I had to walk very far to get to school, I needed to walk about 10 miles in 2 meters of snow. What am I using? What did I just do there to increase description? So every day I walked so far to get to school, about 10 miles in a meter of snow. What did I just use there to improve the descriptive quality of my story, of my short story of going to school? Yeah, that's right, Pachu. Very good. So I'm using qualitative as well as quantitative language, okay? As well as quantitative language, okay? So that is the qualitative is far, it's relative, it's subjective, different for different people. The quantitative language is saying 10 kilometers. So that's quantitative. Now, another last one, a really big one, a big, big bite to chew, is what's called literary devices. Okay, Google this. All right. I will not get into that this class because that's hours and hours of lesson. But there are literary devices, and if you want to get very fancy and you need a band 8 or a band 9, it's worth looking at what's called literary devices, like onomatopoeias, hyperboles, metaphors, similes, so all of those, okay? All right, students. So again, remember, task 1, it's a narrative. It needs to have good characters, a beginning, a middle, and end. It should use sensory information. You should use adjectives, adverbs, and so on. Use compound, complex sentences. Use qualitative as well as quantitative language. Okay, that's the key. Practice combining these elements. Okay, Write task 1, review it, see if any of these elements are missing, and then put them in there. All right, let's take a look at our question. Here we go. You should spend about 20 minutes on this task. A good Samaritan found your lost smartphone and dropped it off in your mailbox with their name and email address. Write a letter to this person. In your letter, explain what happened. Give reasons for why you are so grateful to have your phone back. Thank the person and offer a small token of appreciation. Okay? Begin your letter as follows. Dear ... Okay, students. So again, task 1 has 3 parts. In part 1, introduce yourself and the purpose of your letter. Okay, first, introduce yourself and the purpose of the letter. So let's do that now. And we know the name of the person, so we'll just write Dear John Brown. Dear John Brown. All right, just make up a name. So this first part should be just a couple of sentences. Dear Mario, that works as well, Kyber. Okay. Shahayatri, yes, this is absolutely for a general version of IELTS. Academic task 1 is a chart or a graph. It's very different. Okay. All right. So write some sentences, students. I want you to start off this essay. I will also write, but I want to give you a head start. Again, here's the question. Good Samaritan. A good Samaritan is simply a person who is doing a good deed. So they're doing something nice without wanting anything in return. So a good Samaritan found your lost smartphone and dropped it off in your mailbox with their name and email address. So you lost your phone. You're, oh no, my phone is gone. And then somebody found it, dropped it off, and now you have it. Okay? All right. Again, explain what happened. Give reasons why you are so happy or grateful to have it back. Thank the person. So let's start this task 1 response. Dear John Brown, first part, 2 sentences. Introduce yourself and the purpose of your letter. Okay? All right. I'm going to do the same, and I'm waiting for your sentences. I'll give you a little bit of silence so that you can hear yourself think. All right, let's see what you have. Anybody have any opening sentences yet? I don't see them. I see a little bit of chatter, but I don't see focus on the task at hand. Don't be shy, students. Okay, write it up there. So Talgat is the first one out of the gates. Talgat says, my name is Talgat. Let me thank you for being such a good Samaritan. Talgat, you can use the question. By the way, students, you can see the question in the stream description below. So if you look below the live stream, you'll see the question again on the video. So again, explain what happened, give reasons for why. And here you can see that a good Samaritan, so you can use this word if you know it. So Talgat, you can say, let me thank you for being such a good Samaritan. Okay. Marina, I think you're jumping past the introduction. So you're continuing my letter by saying it was a nice day. I was just walking and I accidentally attacked by a dog. And I was unexpectedly attacked by a dog. Marina, you can't really be attacked by a dog accidentally. That doesn't make sense. So let me correct that sentence for you. It was a nice day. I was just walking, comma, and I was suddenly or unexpectedly attacked by a dog. Period. While I was running away, comma, I lost my phone. Yeah, that's better. While I was making my getaway. The reason why you can't accidentally be attacked by a dog, Marina, is because the dog is purposefully attacking you. So the dog's angry and the dog is purposefully attacking you. It's not your action, it's the dog's action. Okay? Aigul. Good. Dear, this is Aigul Sanabayeva. Aigul says, Dear Samuel, I am Anna Smith, who you returned a phone to last week at the address of 56 Rose Street. I want to express my gratitude. It's good, Aigul. Just a couple of slight grammar mistakes, but otherwise it's really good. You're using an adjective clause, which is nice. Astha Sharma says, I am Asna. I received my smartphone that I lost 2 days back in my mailbox today morning, along with your name and email address. I want to thank you for taking the trouble of returning my phone. Asta, very nice natural use of English, good description, good use of the question. And I see you finished with when I lost hope. Good. Asta, very good. That's band 8.59 writing. Okay, so if you can replicate that for the IELTS, you are on your way to a stellar mark. Pachu says, I am Pachu and I'm writing with regard to the iPhone which I lost yesterday and you returned to my mailbox. Pachu, that's good as well. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so students, you got the right idea. You get what's going on. And that's perfect. Okay, you're doing a great job. Here's mine. Dear John Brown, I am Adrian, the person whose phone you just returned yesterday, residing at 35 Green Street. I am at a loss for words as to how grateful I am that you took the time and effort to do this. Thank you. Okay, so obviously I'm using a little bit of a complex form of the language here, but I'm teaching you some new ways to express this, so pay attention to it. Okay? You're doing a good job. All right, students, so now we want to continue the letter with the body paragraph. The body paragraph contains most of the information. It contains the story, okay? So this is where you want to shine, okay? So again, 3 parts. Now, this part 1 that we just did, you can think about that as the introduction. Okay, that's your introductory paragraph. And then after that comes the body. The body paragraph is the story. Okay, should have a beginning, middle, and an end. Should be logical, colorful, clear. All right, and in this case for general IELTS, it should be roughly, let's say, 6 to 8 sentences at most, all right? So this, Marina, is where you want to talk about losing your phone at the park when you're making your getaway from an aggressive dog, okay? All right, students, so let's start this off. Again, when you start writing the body, make sure you have some good ideas. All right? So explain what happened. Give reasons for why you are so grateful to have your phone back. So think about these. Don't just start writing. Think about what happened. Okay? Think about what happened. Don't overcomplicate it. Your goal here, students, is not to write the next Harry Potter or the next Game of Thrones novel. Your goal here is to get a high band score. So keep your ideas simple, but make your language colorful. Okay? Where is a common place for people to lose their cell phone? Okay? So where do people commonly lose their cell phone? Anybody? If you visualize this, if you picture this, where are places that people often lose their cell phone? Not their wallet, Pachu, but their cell phone or their mobile phone. Yeah, that's a very common one. Bus. Okay, so the bus is a good one. At the store, at a market. Okay, sure. All right. Yeah, Said said bus as well. Taxi. Yeah, taxi is very common. Okay. Taxi, bus. At a meeting, maybe while traveling, maybe at the gym. Okay, if you're working out, where you get changed, swimming pool. Okay, those are some common places. But look at how many of you are saying public transport or the bus, like a train or a bus. So let's go with bus. Okay. So let's start here with bus. So give me a sentence, students. Start off or continue the letter. Start off the body paragraph with losing your phone on the bus. Okay. Give me a sentence which starts off this story explaining to this person that you freaked out or you panicked after you lost your phone on the bus. Okay? Bus, look, let's go with the majority. So most of you are saying bus. So bus is a good choice. Okay? Give me some first sentences for this. Okay, this is what I wrote so far. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I believe that I had lost my phone while riding the bus. Okay, here's a good question. How can I make this sentence better? How can I make this sentence a higher band? What can I do? Use my sentence, students. So you can use my sentence and make it more colorful. Reason 1, it's riding on the bus, not in the bus, riding on the bus. I know it sounds weird, but it comes from the concept of riding on horses. So we say ride on a train or ride on a bus, not ride in a bus. I know it sounds weird, but on is the preposition. Okay. Okay, yesterday I was on my way to my job and didn't even imagine the kind of trouble that could happen to me. When I returned home, I finally realized that my phone was gone. That's okay ideas, but a lot of grammatical mistakes, so be careful. Pachu says, yesterday I was traveling to Nayaranhat on seat A with my friend, but I forgot to take my phone with me when I departed the bus. All right, Pachu, you need some clarity there. Marina says, I missed my stop and forgot my phone and bag on the bus because I was trying to get off so frantically. Okay, so frantically. So a little bit of correction there. All right, those are some good ideas. Students, make mine a little bit more colorful. So I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I believe that I had lost my phone while riding on the bus. What can I do to make this sentence even better? Okay. Domingo Oropeza says, I was shopping for some artifacts downtown and I left my phone in a store that I visited. Period. When I returned home, comma, I realized that I didn't have my phone with me. Notice the corrections, Domingo. If you missed that, just take note of the time. It's at 30 minutes. You can go back later and review this video and find it. Okay? Students, don't use the word thing. Syed, Adnan, Hussein, don't use the word thing. Okay, find a better noun. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I believe my friend had lost my phone while riding the bus. Syed, careful. It's a little bit confusing what you have there. Aigul. So Aigul says, on Wednesday, 20th of March, I went on holiday with my friend by a Voyage bus. Okay, Aigul, clever. So you're saying, let's throw some quantitative language in there. By riding the number 36 bus from downtown on March 26th. Sure, yeah. So right away, just a little bit of quantitative language goes a long way. And right away, you're getting more description in there and you're getting a better band score. So I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I believe that I had lost my phone while riding the number 36 bus from downtown on March 26th. So look at that, the number 36 from downtown, March 26th, boom. I just went from a 7.5 to an 8, okay? That's how it happens, okay? Yeah, here you can say, instead of phone, you can say my Galaxy 10 phone, smartphone. Yeah, good. So now you're picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah, we can keep stretching this. Now, this is what you want to do at home. Okay, students? So when you're practicing for the task 1 assignment, write your letter and then go through your letter and see where you can make it more colorful, more descriptive. Okay? All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep describing here. All right? So Marina says, all my life in my phone, all my pics and friends' contacts also. So I was confused and didn't know what to do. And after that, heaven sent you. Okay, Marina, you got a lot of information in a very short number of words, or very few number of words. You need to break that up and create more clarity. Okay? So here, I'm going to tell a little bit more of a story. Again, students, remember what you told me at the beginning of class. You said this, not me. You said that good description should have some good characters. It should have a plot. It should have a story. It should include visual or auditory information. It should have adjectives. You told me that. You said that to me. That's a culmination of your brains saying that's what makes a good story. So let's make a good story. Okay, let's get a high band score. So here we go. I remember being distracted by a couple of loud teenagers who were in a heated argument. In that moment, I had put my phone on the seat next to me, and I suppose I left it there when I disembarked. Okay, what did I just do? I added some characters. I added some sensory information. So I remember being distracted by a couple of loud teenagers. Loud, auditory. We can visualize two teenagers yelling at each other on the phone. Sorry, on the phone. We can imagine two teenagers yelling at each other on the bus. So they're yelling at each other on the bus in a heated argument. Now you can picture me sitting there feeling kind of uncomfortable, and I put my phone down just for 1 second on the seat next to me, and that's where I left it. Okay? So that's adding some color, some excitement, some fun to my narrative, to my story. And yes, of course, my band score is going up. Okay? There's description there. It's great. And now I can do what, Marina, you mentioned of why my phone is so important to me. All right? When I realized after returning home and noticing that my phone is gone, I felt very depressed because all of the data which was on my phone was not backed up. Okay? So after returning home and noticing that my phone is gone, notice here that we have structure, okay? We talked about that as well. So making sure that our story has good connections. So SpongeBob was the one that suggested, well, you should have compound complex sentences, and it should have a plot. I believe that was Marina that said it should be structured. So you need to use words that join the ideas together. When you're telling a story, you're using conjunctions of time, so you're creating chronological order. Kyber, you don't need to describe the item more than what we said here, that it's a Galaxy 10 smartphone, because you have the phone. Okay, you're not looking for it, you have it. All right? I think you're thinking of a little bit of a different letter. Okay? So Igul is saying this phone was so important because of sentimental value. You bought it with your first salary. So it's good. Igul, yeah, your phone can have a sentimental value too. It's a special gift for my birthday from my parents. Okay, so there are different ways to do it. Good. Making some corrections here. You should always review your writing, okay? I see a lot of students just write, one task, one after the next, but they don't go back to check their mistakes. Always go back and check your mistakes. Missing commas, using is instead of was, tense mistakes, so correct for those. After returning home and noticing that my phone was gone, I felt very depressed because all of the data which was on it was not backed up. I don't need to repeat the word phone. I can just replace it with a pronoun. I had hundreds of pictures with my family and friends, not to mention all of their contact information. Okay? Again, using quantitative information. All right? Now that I have my phone back, I will definitely make a copy of the data on my computer's hard drive. Okay. finish your ideas. Okay, at this point, take a look at the question, see what's happening, make sure that you're not missing any part of the original question. Okay, you're doing good. Let's see if we're missing anything and then target that. So, what happened? We talked about it. Give reasons for why I'm so grateful. I just talked about that, or I just wrote about that. The next point is thank the person and offer a small token of appreciation. Okay? So let's do that together. So let's write a couple sentences thanking the individual and offering some sort of a gift or some kind of a reward to show them that we're very happy for what they've done. Okay? So let's do that together. All right. Again, make it colorful, make it interesting, use description. Marina is asking, is it normal to send money in Canada if a person finds your phone? Yeah, Marina, absolutely. Giving a monetary reward is very common in Canada. So if you return somebody's wallet, or if you return somebody's phone, or their pet, in some cases, almost always the people will give you some kind of a monetary reward, something symbolic like $20 or $50, something like that. A gift is nice as well, Aigul, absolutely, sure, why not? A box of chocolates, for example, or some kind of sweets is a good idea, sure. Okay, that could be common practice as well. All right. So think about it. Choose one. Money or some kind of a gift, or maybe some other idea. There are lots of different ways to do this. Then write a sentence, okay? Be colorful, be creative. So if you think money, maybe there's a special way to do that. Tickets for a cinema, sure, Aigul, absolutely. Jess says, I really want to thank you by giving spa vouchers, and I think every girl loves to pamper themselves. If you know it's a girl, yeah, sure. From their name, you might be able to figure that out, Jazz. So if you know their name, if it's a woman's name, then you can offer up a spa certificate. Okay. Shavita Saini says, I'm so thankful to you, and I'm writing my address in the letter, and I would really feel glad if you would visit our home at the weekend and have dinner with our family. Shavita, that's very nice. Invite the Good Samaritan for a family dinner. Sure, why not? Okay, that's a very thoughtful gift as well. Absolutely. Okay, so again, I want to emphasize my heartfelt gratitude for you. And I want to show you my appreciation by sending you a gift card. Sending you an Amazon gift card. Is it okay to send the card to this email address? Okay. So, my thought is, sure, I can send them some money, but instead of just sending them money, maybe send them like a $20 or a $30 Amazon gift card so that they can buy themselves something nice, right? So again, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for you, and I want to show you my appreciation by sending you an Amazon gift card. Is it okay to send the card to this email address? So getting some information from them. Okay. Pichu says, thank you for giving my phone back, and I will reward you I think $500. What do you say? Pachu, that's a very kind reward, $500. I think you might be able to buy a pretty decent phone for that. But yeah, that's good. Okay. Pachu, yeah, you can ask a question like this. Again, it's a narrative, right? So you can create dialogue. Absolutely. So is it okay to send the card to this email address? Yeah, absolutely. You can create dialogue. Now, last part is the conclusion. Okay. So again, 3 parts to the letter. The conclusion is just 1 or 2 sentences. One to two sentences, which basically summarize or finishes your letter and requests communication. Okay, 1 to 2 sentences. All right, that's all you need there. So let's finish this letter, students. Okay. Let's write 1 or 2 sentences that wraps up what we're saying here. And then say sincerely or best regard or greatly appreciated and then your name. Igul says, I really appreciate what you have done for me. And let me thank you by giving you a $20 gift certificate. I think Igul is what you're thinking is a gift certificate. Okay, is the bank card. All right. So I'm going to finish my letter and I'll wait for your endings as well. Okay. All right. So I kept it pretty simple. I look forward to hearing from you, and I genuinely hope that you have an amazing rest of your week. Good deeds deserve good fortune in return. Okay? So that's the end of it. All right, so here's my letter. I'll read the full letter, make sure everything is clear, make sure I've answered all the questions while you're writing your conclusions. So this is the letter here. Again, the letter that we are answering is: a good Samaritan found your lost smartphone and dropped it off in your mailbox with their name and email address. Write a letter to this person. In your letter, explain what happened. Okay, brainstorm that before you write. Bus, market, taxi, where did you lose it? Give reasons for why you are so grateful to have your phone back. Thank the person and offer a small token of appreciation. Here is the response. It's made up of 3 parts: introduction, body, conclusion. It's a narrative with good description. Dear John Brown, I'm Adrian, the person whose phone you just returned yesterday, residing at 35 Green Street. I am at a loss for words as to how grateful I am that you took the time and effort to do this. Thank you. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I believe that I had lost my Galaxy 10 smartphone while riding the number 36 bus from downtown on March 26th. I remember being distracted by a couple of loud teenagers who were in a heated argument. In that moment, I had put my phone on the seat next to me, and I suppose I left it there when I disembarked. After returning home and noticing that my phone was gone, I felt very depressed because of all the data which was on it that was not backed up. I had hundreds of pictures with my family and friends, not to mention all of their contact information. Now that I have my phone back, I will definitely make a copy of the data on my computer's hard drive. Again, every time you read it, make sure you keep fixing and improving. Again, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for you, and I want to show you my appreciation by sending you an Amazon gift card. Is it okay to send the card to this email address? I look forward to hearing from you, and I genuinely hope that you have an amazing rest of your week. Good deeds deserve good fortune in return. Sincerely, Adrian. All right, students, if you see some new words, some new expressions like good deeds, good fortune, make sure to write that down, remember it, practice it, okay? Looking at your conclusions, they look good. Aigul, I look forward to hearing from you, and know that you are always welcome as a noble guest in my home. Regards, Aigul. Okay, that looks good. All right, students, next class for IELTS is starting in roughly 30 minutes on our Academic English Help channel. That will be listening sections 3 and 4. For lots of videos in high definition, pre-recorded, not just these live class recordings, of course, visit us and join us on our world-class web portals for IELTS Help. GIELTS help.com for general IELTS, AEhelp.com for academic IELTS. Academic IELTS looks like this with the blue background. Click that red button to join us there. And for general IELTS, join us here, the green background. Click that big red button. And certainly you will improve your band scores when you go through those materials. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for contributing. Hope you've learned lots. Remember, task 1 is a narrative. Narratives demand good description. Good description can be achieved in several ways. Make sure to practice and implement that in the coming days and weeks leading to your exam. Have a wonderful day, everyone. See you tomorrow for task 2. Bye for now.